Hi, we're here today at Kieffers Appliances in Lansdale, Pennsylvania, where we're going to meet with fourth generation owner Jace Kieffer to talk about luxury appliances.
Thanks for having me, Melissa.
Oh, thanks, Jace.
I'm Jace Kieffer, the fourth generation of Kieffers Appliances. We've been in business 108 years.
Amazing. Love it. Jace, I wanted to talk to you today about appliances and how they fit in a luxury kitchen space. So the first question I have for you is to kind of explain to us what's the difference between a luxury appliance and a typical big box?
So we carry 60 brands here at Kieffers, everything for every budget. Specifically in luxury, we kind of draw that line of, the nicest things you can get in the big box stores, Home Depot and Lowe's, would be considered a premium appliance. Okay. When we jump into luxury, it's a little bit more specialized. There's a bunch of brands that operate in the luxury space, and we have them all here on display. Wanted to show you guys some of the trends I'm seeing right now in kitchens. It's a newly remodeled space for us from GE Monogram. Color and pop is really popular right now. Monogram's kind of taking it to another level with their designer collection. Big, bold brass statement, leathered handles, and really statement pieces for your kitchen. These same units can be hidden with millwork, but we are seeing people get a little bit more bold and really want to pop a color in their kitchen.
Yeah, this is incredible. I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, not for everybody. I can't imagine the fingerprints that we might leave with our kids, but so be it.
Yeah.
You can also follow that same sort of leathered handle over to the cooking here to where you can get a leathered handle on your range. It's really nice stuff.
All right, but I have to ask the important question, not that I cook. In terms of keeping this from looking like your children ate it.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of cleaning, depending on, again, how much you cook, you will need to maintain it for sure.
Okay, all right. But I love how you have the brass on the hood, the brass on the knobs, the brass on the refrigerator, so it all ties together really nicely.
And you can round it out with pizza night, with an indoor pizza oven. Why not, right?
Why not? Absolutely.
Has a catalytic converter to actually get rid of all the smoke and smells so you don't stink out your kitchen. Pretty neat.
All the things. Does it cook for me?
It might. Wanted to also walk you over here and show some of the other color sort of pops that we have going on that we're seeing. Here's an Italian range that had a lot of pop color. From a customization standpoint, we're finding that customers want to control not only the color finishes, but the accents. Depending on the brands, we have sort of color boards and accent boards that we can take customers through, and we could be able to control all the accents throughout the whole range, with different things like chrome and copper and brass.
Beautiful. So if you wanted to put that stove in with the rest of the GE Monogram, you have a way to do it.
You have an options to do it. So.
Okay. What other brands are luxury buyers?
Sub-Zero Wolf, Thermador, Viking, Miele are some of your big brands that can do a full kitchen.
Okay.
In all that brand, and then there's a lot of niche luxury brands like Blue Star, La Cornue, where they might focus on maybe one or two product categories like just cooking or maybe just refrigeration, and you can kind of build your own kitchen out of those luxury brands.
Okay. But they're all kind of like this, trying to make it easier to do that.
Yep. Well, and also more customized.
Okay.
So I guess the overarching trend is people want to be able to customize their kitchen. They want it to stand out.
And to make it their own, not just like everybody else's. Yep. Fantastic. So you were going to talk to us about some other color options and different companies that have colors.
Sure. Yeah, we can sort of take a look over here. This is a French range called La Cornue. Very popular on a lot of the home remodeling shows. So this is Provence Blue.
Beautiful.
And if we walk over here, there's another La Cornue range.
Oh my gosh.
Handmade in France. This is their matte black with copper accents. You'll notice this actual copper will patina in place. So over the years, it will dull and sort of age, which is a really cool thing to think about your appliances.
Yeah.
The ultimate luxury, we'll walk you once more time over here, is the only residential walk-in refrigerator for the home. So we're one of the few dealers in the country for a brand called Cold Fusion that allows you to have a walk-in fridge and freezer in your house. There's my freezer, and you could accessorize this. Completely customizable up to the coloring inside.
What about kind of specialty appliances that you don't see every day?
So what we've been seeing trend-wise is the movement or shift from gas to induction.
Okay, yeah.
Gas is still great. There's there's definitely an area for it, but a lot of governments are putting mandates for gas usage in place. It started with New York, and we're starting to see many states start to discuss it. So these appliance manufacturers are, don't want to be left behind, and they want to develop product that can sort of live in these homes, and hit those gas regulations. So induction started as a very niche product, and now it's almost every manufacturer from luxury to your premium brands have it, and bigger appliances have it as well.
Right.
From a safety standpoint, there's no loss heat on an induction top. This is a 48-inch range with 7 burners. And so you can have a lot of induction pots and pans going. It has to be magnetic, okay, which you'd be surprised how many pans are magnetic that you own already.
Okay.
But
maybe not me.
You'd be surprised. So no loss heat. The pan heats up, and after you're done cooking, you could hold your hand right next to where that pan was on, and it would be warm to the touch. So it's not only good for the environment, not burning and releasing a bunch of chemicals into the air, which is what gas cooking does, it's also safety.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
Trend we're seeing, and more high-end companies are coming out with it, which means their data says that it is the future of cooking. On the outdoor space, we also have, many customers we're seeing, and you may be seeing, they're building new homes for the indoor space, and then they're saying, well, what about my outdoor? And especially in our climate, where you would think, it's committing to the investment of an outdoor space when you can only use it half the year,
right?
Versus maybe a warmer climate, people are still doing it. So we have a bunch of outdoor appliances. This being a great pizza oven for outdoors. An outdoor pizza oven retails for about $2,000 and can burn wood when you want to cook with wood, and also gas. And preheat time about 15 minutes, and you can have pizza night at home.
Fantastic. I'm glad you segued into kind of the outdoor kitchen. Can we talk a little bit more about what types of appliances go in an outdoor kitchen? And
anything you can think of, from your grills to your griddles, that were popularized by the Blackstones of the world, to pizza ovens, to side burners, to outdoor refrigeration, outdoor ice makers, and even outdoor dishwashers. So you can bring the whole kitchen, all your outdoor cabinetry and storage, so you don't even have to go inside. One of the trends I'm seeing in luxury is steam cooking. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Yep.
So steam ovens have been around in Europe for 30 plus years. They've been in US kitchens on the commercial side, in restaurants for about 20, and in residential kitchens for about 15.
Okay.
They are a oven that can function as your normal oven when you want it to, but you can also cook with steam. People say, well, how do I cook with steam? Anything that you would fry, think for frying vegetables, sauteing vegetables, frying fish, can be steamed instead.
Oh.
Much healthier way of cooking.
Right.
These steam ovens can come with a water reservoir that you fill at the sink, or you can put a hard plumb to it and have it drained and plumbed to where it automatically fills itself. So people that are a little wary about steam cooking, we try to convince them here to embrace it, understand it, and the feedback we get is it becomes their primary cooking vessel over a full-size oven, because it is a little bit smaller.
Right.
But for everyday use and for what you can do in a steam oven, people love it.
Incredible.
Yep.
I'm learning so much about cooking.
We'll walk over here and highlight a couple things. In the vein of doing customization, a lot of people, when it comes to ventilation, don't want your traditional stainless hood. The couple companies out there, this is a company called Modern Air. They do a custom hood. If you can draw it, they'll build it. And a ton of different color options. You can even see, if you zoom in here, this is some sort of pleated pattern that they did with the hood. And so we've done Modern Air hoods that are 70, 80, 100 inches wide, over sort of specialized areas. And, like I said, it really can be that pop of wow, that really makes the kitchen stand out.
Yeah. And then you got to tell me what's going on over here.
Leathered panels. This is a company called Gen Air, another luxury supplier. They have a real niche offering in offering leathered panels. These panels come in probably 10 to 15 different finishes of leather. Really adds a wow factor into your kitchen. Instead of maybe putting traditional millwork on your things or stainless steel, you could do these leather panels.
Yeah, no, that's very unique. I have not seen that before.
With a nice black interior.
And lots of chocolate.
And lots of chocolate.
Now you're speaking my language.
Circling back over here to the customization front, this is a refrigeration manufacturer called True. They do a bunch of custom colors and accents, as we talked about. And this is your 30-inch beverage center that can store everything needed for that party, from your champagne and wine to your beer, sodas, seltzers, everything. So.
And that's my color right there. That is my color.
Very sharp. So.
I work with people looking for kitchens all the time, so I'm kind of familiar with process and when we need to bring appliances into the conversation. But why don't I have an expert from the appliance side discuss that?
Well, thank you. We prefer to, be part of the equation at the early stages. You should have an idea of your vision. You may have consulted a little bit with some design or kitchen people. Prior to them being able to design your dream kitchen, you need to have an idea, maybe not brand, but at least sizing of the appliances that you're looking for. So we ask you come in here, set an appointment, or just come in and we'll sort of meet with you, give you a bunch of ideas to think about, some preliminary budgetary things so that you can confidently go back to the designer. It matters if you want a 60-inch range versus a 30-inch range, because that's going to cut into cabinetry. It's critical to the design process. So,
Sure.
So the sooner the better. That doesn't mean that we can't react if you didn't do it first. It's just cleaner that way.
Yeah, I'm thinking, you're thinking of a standard size refrigerator and then they choose this giant piece of equipment, and that's not going to work.
Well, correct, and it'll end up costing more because you'll have to go through and do a new design for you, which could cost money. So
Sure. And it's even the consideration of, the panel fronts on different appliances. Do they accept the paneling?
Correct.
Or not, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I think people don't always recognize
they don't
how big a piece of this is.
Yeah, it is just appliances, but there are, like any industry, there's a lot of nuances to it. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Jace.
Yeah,
it has been a pleasure.
Awesome.
4th generation. Super excited to work with you and
Yeah.
hopefully bring your message to the world.
Well, thank you, Melissa. Appreciate it.